Are you considering a move to Canada this year? Forget about what you already know or the videos you have watched in the past on the cons and pros of moving to Canada. It's time to confront the hard truth and ask yourself, is moving to Canada worth it for me? In today's video, I won't be telling you about the negative or positive reasons or why you should or shouldn't move to Canada. I'm sure you already know them. In this video, I will draw up a simple picture, we can call it a graph, that will totally reshape your entire perspective about moving to Canada. This picture will help you answer the pressing questions and help you make the right decision that aligns with your present situation. In recent times, plans to move to Canada have little to do with future aspirations and dreams. Guys, it's no longer about my friends have moved to Canada and I want to move to Canada with them. Most times, or before now, people just wanted to move to Canada because of what they have heard about how perfect and welcoming the country is. But I'm sure you have also heard by now that Canada is not as good as it used to be. Don't get me wrong, Canada is a good country compared to many other countries. I love it here. But before taking that step for yourself, it is advisable that you first compare your current situation to what life will be for you when you relocate here in Canada. Faith is good, guys. Taking that step of faith is good, but you also need a plan. Ask yourself if your life would be better if you had the same job in Canada, same living conditions, same surroundings. When people ask me if they should move to Canada or if Canada is worth moving to, there are many questions that I ask in return. But the final answer will always have to come from the person asking that question. I have seen dozens of newcomers who plan and prepare their move to Canada only to be disappointed when they eventually land Canada. Why did they have that feeling of disappointment? It's simple, because Canada failed to fulfill their expectation. So what is your expectation? I have also seen newcomers who, on the other hand, are like a train on a track, running in full speed. Immediately they land Canada. They are constantly moving forward, taking steps and persevering no matter what. Yes, sometimes they may fail, but they pick up themselves and eventually succeed. Stick around because I'll be interviewing such individuals on this channel. Everyone who hates Canada has something in common, and the people who succeed here in Canada also have something in common as well. And it has a lot to do with the original situation in their home countries before they landed Canada. And that's why I'll be painting some scenarios in this video to help you see things differently. We'll talk about your wealth and your level of income, the demand for your skills here in Canada, and the level of security in your home country. As for your wealth and level of income is the amount of money that you are either able to earn at home or the amount of money you already have given your financial situation, okay? So let's look at the demand for your skill. You need to find out if your occupation, that is the profession that you have several years of experience in your home country, is in demand here in Canada. See guys, Canada brings a wide range of professions. So when I say in demand, what I mean are professions that are experiencing the biggest shortages here in Canada. As for security, this is one of the key reasons why people consider moving to Canada. Safety and security could mean different things to different people. Your country could be in a state of war, political unrest, or some danger is threatening you and your family due to religious, social, or political beliefs. Some examples could be discriminatory laws, high level of corruption, your social status with the government, etc. Now, let's look at the first two criteria because those are where the decision making will be happening. I will start with your income and occupation. Let's say left side of the screen is low in demand, right is high in demand, okay? The bottom is low wealth and the top is high wealth. Let's start from here. If you have a low wealth and your occupation is not in demand here in Canada, that's an easy no for you. It's not worth moving to Canada because you will likely not have enough money to come and survive in Canada for the first 6 months, and you will likely struggle to find a job here if your job experience is not in demand. But if it's something you really want to do, then come, but be ready to start afresh. Do menial jobs and switch career. In our case, we had to go back to school. Trust me, it's not easy for you and your family to juggle work and study while getting yourself into, student debt and all of that. So if you're in this quadrant, it's not worth it. Like the plain answer to move to Canada. Instead, I would suggest that you study an in-demand skill in Canada, in your own country, for way cheaper. Network with people in your new occupation and then try coming to Canada or try to immigrate to Canada after that. All right? Now, let's assume your profession is not in demand in Canada, but you have a high income in your home country, or you have relatively rich family members who have the means to pay for your relocation, your school fees, and all of that. In this case, it is also not worth moving to Canada. If you have the money, we assume that you are happy and comfortable in your own country. Why bother changing? Except it's for security reasons. We will look into that aspect and that scenario in just a minute, okay? So after moving to Canada, you would have to downgrade your lifestyle if you have the money but you don't have the demand for the skills that are available here. You'd have to downgrade your lifestyle for a while since the cost of living here is expensive, all right? And depending on the currency in your home country, the cost of living in Canada is very expensive. Maybe with the money you have in your home country, you can do a lot farther, a lot more than what you would have done here in Canada. Additionally, your culture, your friends, and your family will be all around you in your home country. You can find better use for your money, guys. Invest them, open a business, or even move to the US, where there are a lot more opportunities due to a larger population and more advanced technologies and infrastructure. Okay? Think about it. Imagine an experienced web developer, let's say from Nigeria, with years of experience, who works on international web projects and makes very good money, okay? Especially when working with European or American clients, since he gets paid in a much stronger currency. But because he wanted a better future for his family, for his children, imagine him moving to Canada with his family, only to be disappointed months later because he found himself working more, earning less money, and having less disposable income because of the high cost of living and taxes. This is why I'm not talking about pros and cons of living in Canada or coming to Canada in this video, because a situation that works for one might not work for another. Canada is not a one size fits all. Okay? Unfortunately, coming to Canada because you're wishing for a better future for your children is not always enough. You will need a plan. You will need to persevere. There are sacrifices that you need to make. So if you were in the situation of the app developer from Nigeria, I would find a remote job. If I was in his position, I'll find a remote job in my home country and move somewhere warm, like Thailand or Mexico or just any other place, except Canada, all right, where the cost of living is low. And that would give me like a taste of immigration, a taste of another country if I want to, without the pressure of the cost of living and finding a job. Except you're coming to Canada because you want to get the PR and citizenship. You guys know that Canada is more open to, citizenship and permanent residents. They are more welcoming compared to other countries, right? You must be wondering, when is it worth moving to Canada? Well, if you have low wealth, but your occupation is in high demand in Canada, this must be the best situation of all to move to Canada. Simply put, you will have nothing to lose. If you move to Canada, your situation would only improve if you're able to find a job in your field. But even if you start off with a survival or minimum wage job, I assume that your quality of life will be like the one that you had in your home country with a low income. What really makes Canada so appealing in this situation is the overall social protection you get, which is not available in many other countries. I am talking about free healthcare relatively, employment, insurance, children's subsidies, and other benefits. Okay, you will fall under that bracket. You could be an engineer in a developing country with high corruption, or you could be a nurse in a country struck by poverty and natural disasters. Or you can be a tradesman like a plumber or electrician in a country with bad economic conditions. In that case, Canada is a good fit for you. Now, let's look at your situation, taking our third criteria into account: safety and security. That is always a significant reason to leave your home country and move to somewhere like Canada in search for a more stable and better life. Okay, let's think about how successful you are in your home country and whether your family's security and safety are a concern. Okay, if you're not feeling safe for any reason, regardless of your success level in your occupation, the decision to move to Canada is the best you can make for you and your family, assuming you're willing to work twice as hard to provide for your family. If you're safe in your home country but maybe not so successful, how about you learn a new skill and try another field of work? It will be easier for you in your home country to do that than coming to Canada to study. Okay? It will certainly be cheaper and less stressful since it will eliminate the additional stress of immigration. Guys, Canada isn't perfect. It has many problems, but so does the rest of the world. It's always a trade-off between money, opportunities, safety, and comfort. Canada is a safe country. It doesn't actively participate in wars, and you can rely on the rule of law here to an extent, all right? Because there's no perfect place, guys. And for the most part, you can trust your neighbor more than 80% of other countries in the world. Canada is the most immigrant-friendly country. It has the most straightforward path to citizenship, and it presents incredible opportunities for immigrants to succeed and feel at home. Not a single country in Europe has made immigrants feel at home like Canada does. Now, let me ask you, is it worth moving to Canada for you this year? I hope this video helps you to get closer to making this decision. If this video was helpful and you would like to say thank you, please click the like button below and subscribe to this channel. It will really warm my heart. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Click the next video and thank me later. Thanks for watching. You're not letting me.